prisons. Prisons riddled with unspeakable horror that would make your stomach
Okay, I know they're in prison, but look! Why I don't see no white people back here? This look like when they was bringing the YouTube. What it do, man? It is your boy Abdul up next, and I'm back with another video today. And today we're watching a video on the world's toughest prisons. Now I don't know which one of us is actually gonna need this. I know Jaquavius might be watching this. We got a few people whose name might be Deontavius watching this who might need this. But I'm not gonna be needing this. I don't mess up something when I have something going for myself. I'm not Mikey. I mean, prison is kind of already tough, bro. What else could be going on in there? But in the thumbnail, they was sitting from head to meat. I get it, they did something wrong, but I don't think they should be like that, bro. These must be the prisons they got El Chapo at. Man, they need to tell me what prison they got El Chapo's wife at. I know she ain't had nothing in years. Just drop an addy, baby. The rest between me and you. Without further ado, let's start the video. 3, 2, 1.
Is there a fate worse than death? Is there a scenario where a criminal would gladly choose capital punishment over life imprisonment?
What?
Is there a fate
No!
worse than death? Is there a
Wait!
scenario?
Stop that! Okay, I get it, we in prison, but did y'all dumb them down to dinosaurs? Why did he just growl at you? At least George Floyd could say words. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to go to the isolated prison, so you're trying to fake it. You better cut the act.
Over life imprisonment. Well, as surreal as it
Why
sounds,
are they
there
running
prisons
like
in
that?
this world that make the death penalty a merciful sentence. Prisons riddled with unspeakable horror that would make your stomach
Okay, I know they're in prison, but look! Why I don't see no white people back here? This look like when they was bringing the to America. Christopher Columbus? You told them that America's a thing and you brought them there. I blame you for why racism started.
Number 10. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Ask any Russian you know.
Russia? Why are those hats so damn drippy? Low-key? Russia prison not looking too bad. He got that shit on though. Look comfy. I see it.
And they'll tell you that life in any Russian prison is incredible. This high-security Black Dolphin prison redefines that quality. Located
Black Dolphin prison.
Border, Black Dolphin is one of Russia's oldest prisons, and it got its name from the statue at the front of the building, which the prisoners built themselves.
I think they need a second chance, but you could go and compete with Da Vinci. This is talent. You was a good kid. You got put in jail on accident. Trust me. Free him.
Prisoners built themselves. That's strange because Black Dolphin is not really known for its freedom. In fact,
okay, why are they walking like that?
Is by dying. That is the fate of every inmate because only inmates with life sentences are sent to Black Dolphin. The prison houses about
okay, so they did it to themselves.
Together have a murder count of about 3,500. Equally, that is at least 5 victims per inmate. But murder is not the worst skill on their resume. Black Dolphin.
You said he ate them? Murdered 2 people and ate them? No!
You gotta go.
I don't care if we in prison. What is this, Jeffrey Dahmer? They got y'all living like dogs in there for real. Did you cut his balls off first or like his actual meat? I'm asking for a friend.
On their resume. Black Dolphin also houses cannibals, assault
he looked like Jeffrey.
Kind, maniacs, terrorists, and pedophiles.
Somebody please tell me what the valedictorian did to get himself in a Russia prison. You look about like the only that doesn't belong here. Ultrasound ears. Why is your ears pink and your hairline non-existent?
They're blindfolded and made to walk bent at the waist. This way, they never have a sense of their surroundings. There is no prison yard and no cafeteria, as inmates are forced to eat only meals of soup and bread in their dingy cells.
Ew! You're feeding them that? Damn! I didn't know it could even get worse than school lunch. This looks disgusting. It looks like y'all mixed this in shit. What y'all mix this in dirt and shit? No wonder why they're eating humans.
Al de Ciudad Barrios, El Salvador. Now what could be worse than hell? I'm glad you are.
Oh no! They looking like they love jail. Look at this. This look like a sausage fest. I know it's stinking there. All of them got their shirts off and they're in jail. Do they even have deodorant?
Allow me to introduce you to Al de Ciudad, the most dangerous prison in all of El Salvador. The reason it is so dangerous is because it houses 2 of the world's most notorious gangs.
These are grown men sitting meat to butt right now. I know this is prison, but I didn't sign up for all of this.
Is two of the world's most notorious gangs, the MS-13 and
Okay, so we're not gonna act like bro on the right now, the little racist. Okay, you're in a gang, you tattoo. But nigga, you have a whole black face. Why would y'all do this if y'all in a gang? If you get in a gang, like, I thought you was supposed to start getting bitches. Y'all scaring the hoes. I'm honestly more scared of y'all than the Triple K. I can't even front.
and the Barrio 18 gang.
Barrio 18 looking like some cool ass dudes.
Sector 2.
Are they air drying their draws?
Death often comes without warning.
And making
Is not a
beats?
gang member, and that's why from 2004 to 2015, only gang members were sent to this hellhole. But sometimes being a gang member is not enough, and they are the least of your concern because the living conditions are so bad.
They wear Crocs in prison. Look at it on the left. How the fuck we got the same fits on? That's crazy. I told you. They got us black people walking around in Crocs on some racist stuff. How you gonna sell it to me and the prisoner? They trying to say we future prisoners.
And the prison is so overcrowded that getting simple things like food to eat or a place to lay your head could easily turn into
Like,
a fight
ew!
to death with anyone contesting your claim. The prison's reputation for
Why are they
lawlessness and
running like
violence
that?
is so real that prison guards are terrified of entering the prison.
Are the prison guards wearing shiesty masks? These pussy ass prison guards don't look any scarier with them. Take them off. Stand on business or something. You already a police guard with a gun and you so scared you gotta hide your face?
And the result? The entire prison system is run by the gang members. Number 8. Petak Island Prison, Russia. It is called the Alcatraz of Russia for a reason, and that reason would put the fear of Mother Russia into the heart of the devil.
Your island. The island of the damned.
Sitting in isolation on the vast Nozovero Lake.
Yo, why they
this
got
tiny
these joints
island
sounding so
prison houses
scary?
193 prisoners, all on life sentences. Unsurprisingly, the inmates are usually the
Dang.
worst of the worst.
They're looking for anything that could be used as a weapon or a means of escape.
And each of them are kept in a small two-man cell for 23 hours every day. Escape is impossible because inmates are not even allowed out of their cell for any reason, and the 1 hour they are allowed out of lockdown is spent standing in a cage that they can barely pace in. However, the cherry on this terrible reality, what makes this prison worse than Black Dolphin, is the lack of basic sanitation facilities. There are no proper toilets and no proper bathrooms.
Oh my god. Bitch, Harriet Tubman had a better bathroom. This is what prison bathrooms look like? This is why you gotta be thankful for every day of your life, because you could be here, but you're not. With your sexy ass. Thank you. Like the video.
Inmates do their business in a steel bucket and they find sleep on thin beds. Some have likened the living conditions of Petak Island prison to that of a zoo in winter. And that is because the island is surrounded by freezing waters that contribute to the breaking the spirit of their inmates. Number 7. Bangkwang
But why
prison,
it look
Bangkok,
drippy?
Thailand. Bangkwang prison is one of the worst prisons on earth for a very specific reason. Many of its inmates were once tourists.
Bangkok prison. Bangkok prison. Hold on. You knew what you was doing with that name.
There's 24 in the room, which is really hard.
Alien head ass. Get off my screen.
And because the prison facility is so overcrowded,
It's treble because of a government crackdown on drug.
At least they got drip.
these offending tourists have to cramp up in the same space with prisoners on death row, and the offenses that could boot you into Bangkwang are often very trivial. Reading the wrong book, staying in groups of 5, or even eating a sandwich in public could get you a one-way ticket to Bangkwang.
Why the fuck are the rules so ass in Thailand? Eating a sandwich in public gonna get me in prison? Lock me up now, because I'm not giving up Subway. I'm not giving up Chick-fil-A for Thailand.
Life in Bangkwang is beyond harsh for inmates. In the first 3 months of their sentence, new inmates are required to wear iron chains. To make matters worse, the food they're served is often infested with maggots. And drinking water is an absolute luxury. But it doesn't end there. Don't think you can just avoid Bangkwang by being a good citizen or tourist. A couple of years ago, a British man was thrown into jail when a Thai gang jumped him. And even though he lost an eye and suffered injuries, he still had to do time in Bangkwang for fighting back.
He had to go to jail for getting his ass whooped? Damn, Thailand. Y'all putting anybody in that motherfucker. I'm at the point I genuinely would believe that people in Thailand, bro, I genuinely believe that people in Thailand, there might be slaves there.
Overcrowding is a common denominator with most prisons on this list, but there is no prison that has it as bad as Gitarama Central Prison in Rwanda.
Rwanda? My brothers? My tribal brothers? Are they eating off the same plate?
Designed to hold just over 1,300 inmates, 8,000 prisoners have been forced to share the space.
No,
In
not
most
my
cases,
peeps.
finding a spot to lie
Looking like he ain't got a chance to get no sleep in days. He's deformed.
down on the ground is a luxury, and many inmates are forced to stand up all day or negotiate with those who have claimed.
Back in school days, somebody would have looked at this and got straight to looking at me in class. And then one motherfucker gonna say, there go Abdul cousin. Abdul, you lucky you not there. My God.
Of the ground. And it's not like the ground in dispute is some piece of fine real estate. It is damp and more often than not filled with raw feces. Unsurprisingly, this has led to more, what's the word again? Let's say complex issues. Many prisoners have outright died from disease and suffocation. And if you were to mistakenly injure your foot, gangrene would set in and you would either have to cut it yourself, risk death, or watch it fall from your body. But it gets worse than that. There have been several cases of inmates feasting on each other out of hunger, and the cannibalism could even be worse than I just stated because there is little to no documentation on the activities that happen behind these prison bars. And prison guards have been brainwashed to believe that the prisoners in their charge are subhuman. Last year, 2,000 people died in Rwandan prisons. An overwhelming majority of those deaths happened within the walls of Gitarama Central Prison. Number 5. Kamiti Maximum Security Prison, Kenya. What makes this prison immediately stand out from the rest is that it is home to the worst of the worst. Built in 1954 by its British colonizers, the prison was modeled after an old-style colonial system to house offenders during a state of emergency declared in October 1952.
Wait, time out, Kenya. Time out, Kenya. You not standing on business. How you make a prison based off of what the Britons put you in?
Today, it still has its original gallows, and it has gotten even more hellish than it was more than half a century ago. On one hand, it is overcrowded. A prison that should house 1,200 inmates has almost 3,000 inmates crammed within it. On the other hand, this overpopulation has bred serious viral diseases like HIV and AIDS, syphilis, tuberculosis, and a whole plethora.
Wait, Kenya? How you get HIV in an all-men prison, bro? How? I thought gay people don't get AIDS because it's a boy. How you get AIDS in an all-men prison? They don't even get AIDS. Don't tell me my booty hole needs to be tested. Does that mean they gotta stick something up it? Alright, okay.
That ordinarily should be under control. Even worse is the unending unrest and corruption that plagues the prison system. Since the prison is the government's favorite dumping ground for political dissidents, much of the population is uneducated. This, in turn, has led to a telephone fraud ring within the prison system where scores of prisoners defraud innocent Kenyan citizens of their money outside the prison walls. Kamiti Maximum Security Prison is a cesspool of chaos, and only the smartest, the bravest, and the most ruthless.
Y'all gotta cut your hair too?
Number 4, Gildani Prison, Georgia. They say the prison is better. They say the violence has stopped, but that doesn't take away the terrifying legacy.
What Georgia is this? Shit. I take some fire ass fit pics up here. Turn my back and shit with my V loan.
Prison. In 2012, a video was leaked by a 35-year-old former prison guard turned whistleblower who filmed the horrors that inmates pass through at the hands of other guards. The video is too graphic to show here, but I can tell you what they did and had been doing for decades to prisoners. Every night, random inmates were routinely sodomized with broom handles, and one of such was featured in the videos. They were often beaten, drowned, their bones purposefully broken, burnt, all at the hands of the sadistic guards. It was institutionalized torture in the 21st century. A former inmate would recall, they tore off my fingernails, damaged my skull, broke my leg bones, ribs, nose, and teeth. I am 43 years old, but I look like an old man. I often fall down while I am walking.
They tore your fingernails off in prison? You did the crime, you do the time. I bet you wish you didn't kill that nigga now. I bet you wish.
Today, they say the prisons are fine and that the torture has been brought to a halt, but I doubt you would want to check that for yourself. Number 3, Mendoza Prison, Argentina.
Mendoza?
The top 90 most dangerous convicts in all of Argentina are held in Pavilion 5 of Mendoza Prison. That section is so dangerous that no guard has the balls.
How do y'all even get tattoos in prison?
The inmates' meals at predetermined spots around the door. That might sound deviously cool to some, but don't be fooled. Unsurprisingly, the prison has a serious overcrowding problem. 1,600 inmates share a facility that was designed for only 600. There are no beds, and prisoners are forced to sleep on the floor, where they are often subjected to random, intense, and frequent torture. But it doesn't end there. Toilets are non-existent, as prisoners are forced to defecate in plastic bags and urinate in bottles.
Oh my god! Damn! What you mean you got a shit in a bag? I can't even get a toilet? So what do they wipe their ass with? Oh my god. Oh my god. This prison is disgusting. Imagine living worse than Rosa Parks. Emmett Till was living better than you, bro.
There's a literal sewer of garbage, human waste, and slime running through the corridors, and conditions have become so unbearable that there are reports that prisoners literally sewed their mouths shut in protest, demanding better living conditions. And yet, it still gets worse. Their food is sludge, and those who aren't strong, fast, or smart enough often go hungry and die under what the authorities.
How do you eat sludge? I thought that shit was just a joke. I thought the closest thing we get to sludge was school lunch. I mean, shit. Do you be seeing those sandwiches some days? Do you see what they serve us? But these niggas actually eating sludge.
Made a habit of calling mysterious circumstances. Number 2, Diyarbakir Prison, Turkey. Diyarbakir Prison was at the center of one of the most abusive regimes in Turkey in the 1980s and 90s. Thousands of Kurdish men and women suffered horrific forms of torture.
Kurdish?
And at that time, it was regarded as the worst prison in the world. These days, second worst, but nothing has improved. In fact, you could argue that conditions have gotten worse, because in the same prison where the sludges of society are being housed, children are also locked up within. And the torture that these inmates are subjected to ranges from physical torture to psychological assault. On the more physical, violent side of things, inmates are beaten, violated, maimed, forced to eat excrement, and electrocuted by their genitalia. On the more psychological, dehumanizing side of things, the same inmates are forced to salute the prison director's dog, participate in random mock executions that might or might not ever happen, and forced to bathe in the sewers. To show you just how desperate.
I'd never go like this, prison or not. I see why people break out. They said you gotta shower in a sewer? At that point, they trying you. Stand up for yourself.
The situation is, prisoners routinely go on dry fast, protesting prison conditions. And more often than not, these prisoners simply die from starvation. More recently, 4 prisoners set their bodies on fire. And later on, an inmate set his cell on fire before hanging himself in resistance. Number 1, Camp 22, North Korea. Camp 22 is not just one prison facility. It is a series of identity prison camps containing up to 200,000 prisoners.
North Korea!
Across the length of North Korea. The few extremely lucky survivors have likened conditions in the camp to the atrocities committed against the Jews during the Holocaust. Starvation.
I'm not gonna lie. I still rock with North Korea because them Korean corn dogs be amazing. I don't know how the fuck y'all got here, but thank you. I be eating them Korean corn dogs like them shits is a 10 out of 10. Bro, them corn dogs, bro, glizzy on a stick. They be having hot Cheeto dust across it. Trust me, hot Cheeto dust on your Korean corn dog is amazing. So free the Koreans.
Is not a novelty. It is every prisoner's reality. Inmates are fed a sludge of cornmeal and cabbage.
I get they gotta cut their hair, but do you gotta skink cut them? Shit. Every single one of them got a cranium dome.
Every day for the duration of their existence, and to avoid dying of malnutrition, prisoners have to supplement their diet with rats and insects. Rats became such an essential part of their diet that rodents literally went extinct. If you know anything about the way rats reproduce, you'll know that that is impressive, to say the least. On average, 20 to 25% of the prison population die every year. When inmates aren't dying of malnutrition, the prison guards make their lives into a satirical piece of horror. Everyone is fair game to the prison guards. Little girls born in the camp are often fed to dogs to train them to be more vicious.
Fed to dogs?
Brutalized as stress relief for the guards, and if they attempt to escape, everyone in their family, even those
like this video right now. This video, we really learned something about people in prison. Man, that ain't nothing to play with, bro. For real. Even though I played the whole video, chill. I'm supposed to. You can't. You supposed to just laugh, alright? You can't play. Like this video, though, and shout out to these 4 people right here. If you want to shout out, all you got to do is like this video and let me know you did in the comment section. Follow my Instagram because I got merch on the way, and in order for us to get it bopping, popping, clopping, topping, nopping, dopping, you have to be following that. Join the Discord, join the Reddit. I'm gone.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.